Welcome to this track guide for the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in the fixed setup iRacing Formula 3 car. So we'll start with a high-speed onboard lap before reviewing the lap in a bit more detail. So turn 1 is absolutely full throttle once the tyres are warm. Don't attempt it at full speed with cold tyres, you'll just run straight into the wall. And actually turn 2 is also full speed, absolutely flat out, foot to the floor, although it could be argued you could gain a little bit of time with a small lift halfway. Down 2 gears for turn 3, but very early on the power, running out wide to the curb on the exit, and then it's not actually important to run the full width of the track on the approach to this next corner. I get this slightly wrong, and we'll go into why on the next lap. Then you need to stay on the brakes, trailing all the way into this tight section. I get down to first gear, second gear is also fine, but then early on the throttle for this long, absolutely full speed section. Very easy, just keeping the steering as straight as possible, and really just picking the shortest possible line through here. And you're going to see why. If you stay to the right, the track then opens up in front of you around about now, and then you can just carry on straight to the left-hand side. Just a couple of corners to go. We enter this one full throttle, and then just start to gently brake midway through, down a gear, down another gear for this penultimate corner, and then down one more gear, and early on the throttle, out of the final corner, and onto another lap. Final corner, we want to use all the track obviously to get a good exit, and we stay to the left approaching turn 1. The turn-in point is just before this little mud patch on the left hand side, and as before it's full throttle. You can see on the telemetry there, keeping that green bar all the way at the top. So we go all the way to the right to open up turn 2, and it's quite an early turn-in. Now you can either keep it flat out all the way, or you can have a brief lift to stay slightly tighter in that section. It's completely up to you, both ways work. Down 2 gears with kind of moderate braking, but then very early on the power for this right-hander, because you've got plenty of space in the exit and the corner actually opens up. And there's no need to go all the way over to the right-hand side for this section. You're just going further than you need to. And I actually turn in too early. You see the apex is where the white arrow is there. That's where you should be apexing. You can see how it throws me slightly wide. But I do manage to just about get it over to the left before trailing the brakes into this long right-hander. We've slowed it down. You see I go down to first gear. You could get away with second gear here, and I've had to have 2 stabs at the throttle to get out of that corner cleanly. Then it's full throttle for quite a long time. It's a very, very easy section, and as I mentioned before, we just stay to the right, keeping it full throttle all the way down this section before the track just opens up for you. We blend across to the left-hand side, as you can see with the white arrow there. And then the key is just to open up this right-hander, staying full throttle until about now. When we just start to lift off, you can see on the telemetry, a little bit of braking, but just very slight. Slightly more braking for the penultimate corner, and then down 1 more gear to third for the final corner, and very early on the power again, just before we meet the apex, and using all the width of the track on the left-hand side on the exit. And that's the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Good luck in the Formula 3 this week, and join me next week for the next guide.